so thankful for each and every one of you that is here, that supports me, that watches all of my videos. I can't believe it. I can't even fathom 100,000 people, so that's so cool. But yeah, I asked you guys for questions for a Q&A. I think I did one relatively recently, but it was for like 50k. So I've obviously gained a lot of people since then, and I wanted to do some more questions, and you guys delivered. I got like over 100 comments on my community tab, and then I also got like the Instagram post comments. So we're gonna answer some questions today. Might have to go kind of quickly, but we'll see how many we can get through. Yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna start with Instagram. Usually I start with YouTube, but start with Instagram. Okay. Number 1. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? I feel like when I think about this question, I always say tacos because you can make tacos anything. Like you can do chicken, beef, steak. That's beef. I'm an idiot. Shrimp. You can do dessert tacos. Probably tacos. And you can make them relatively healthy. I don't know. Let me know what your answer would be. What is your university major and how did you choose it? In undergrad, I majored in genetics. My school was like one of not many schools that offers a genetics major. It's kind of niche. I had always loved genetics, like just absolutely loved it in school and everything. I actually started as a biochemistry major, and then I switched to genetics my freshman year because in genetics I didn't have to take physics 2. That was the sole reason that I switched my major to genetics, was so I didn't have to take physics 2. Yeah, and then now I'm about to graduate with my master's in genetic counseling, so stuck with the whole genetics thing. What is your favorite kind of video to make? I really like making like intuition test type videos. I think those are always entertaining for me. Yeah, I feel like those are my favorite, but I do like personal questions. I think those are fun too. Do you watch ASMR? If so, what are your favorite triggers? I absolutely watch ASMR. Love it. Have to watch it every night. My real trigger is whispering. I watch pure whispering videos. Yeah, that's all I watch. So I honestly like videos that are like regular content, but in ASMR. So day in the life, what I eat in a day, Q&A, story time. Like, I don't really like all of the over-the-top ASMR stuff, like the noises and like repeating words and stuff. I just want to watch a video and I want it to be in a whisper voice. So that's kind of what I cultivate on my channel as well. Are you single? I am not single. I have a boyfriend. I love him very much. We have been together for a few months now. Yeah, you guys have seen me through a lot, but I am not single right now. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? to live in Switzerland or like New Zealand or something. But I do like the States. I feel like when I leave America, I do kind of miss it a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is purple. Specifically, I love periwinkle, but all purples are fantastic. Dogs or cats? Come on, cats. Cats all the way. Who was your childhood celebrity crush? Probably Taylor Lautner in Twilight. Jacob from Twilight. How old are you? I get this a lot. I'm 26. I just turned 26. I know that people always think that I'm like 14 on my YouTube channel. I'm 26 years old. Someone said, you're 24 now. No, I'm 26, but glad I look 24. What do you bench? Nothing. I like a nice park bench. I don't bench. Do you have any regrets in life? If so, which one has been the biggest? I really try not to have regrets because there's nothing you can do about them. Like, there's no point in sitting there regretting something that you can't change, you never will be able to. Like, there's no point. I also kind of try to give myself grace where I'm like, sure, okay, maybe I wish something had gone differently, but I like to think of it like I did what I could at the time. So I don't know. I think my biggest regret is that in college I was having a lot of like mental health struggles, anxiety. I kind of had an eating disorder for a little while. I've never really talked about that. But I didn't really like go do things for a lot of college. Like, I would just go to bed super early. I wouldn't go do things and make friends, and I didn't really make a ton of college friends. So I kind of regret that, but that same rule applies where I'm like, I can't go back and change it. I did what I could at the time. I was struggling. I still did great in school and did what I could. So, yeah. If you can take something from me, that's what you should take. What's your favorite savory snack? Like white cheddar popcorn or pirate's booty. Love me some white cheddar. I'm a sucker for white cheddar stuff. What is your age and place of birth? Sounds like I'm filling out a form. I said I'm 26. Place of birth was Kirkland, Washington. I'm Kirkland brand. So, do you know any other languages? I speak a little bit of German. My whole family speaks German, so I'm trying to learn. Very elementary level, but I do like it, and I'm learning German. But I don't speak any other languages fluently. Single or married? Neither. I'm in a relationship. What do you think the months of the year would taste like? Interesting. I feel like July would taste like blueberries, obviously. August is like broccoli, I think. January, straight ice, just ice. December, cookies. February, hot chocolate. March, green beans. I don't know how I'm coming up with these. Let me know if you Of course I can. Yes. Have you ever been able to do a backflip? Yes. I was a gymnast for 10 years. If you could pick any superpower, what would it be? Probably flying. I feel like flying would come in the most handy. Like, it would kind of take the place of a lot of superpowers. Like, it kind of takes the place of teleportation. It can kind of serve similar purposes as invisibility, because I can just get away. Probably flying. Where are you from? I was born in Washington. I'm half Swiss. I also lived in Boston. That's all I'll tell you. I won't tell you where I live right now. Regular speaking voice reveal. Ooh. That sounds like a fun thing to do at the end of this video. I'm not going to do it right now, but I will remember to do it at the end of this video. I will reveal my normal speaking voice, and it's going to be crazy. How did your friends react when they found out you make videos? Like, shocked, and I don't know. Some people like kind of made fun of me, or were like, what is ASMR? But for the most part, everyone's been very supportive and is like, that's cool. Honestly, one of the things that made me like really like my boyfriend was I told him about my channel on our second date, and he thought it was like the coolest thing ever, and I just thought that was really cute that he like supported me so much and thought it was so cool. How long will you keep growing your hair? Great question. When I feel like I need to cut it, it is quite long. Pretty long. Not the longest it's ever been though, so. What is your dream job? Being a laboratory genetic counselor. If you were a unicorn, would you fart sprinkles or glitter? Sprinkles, absolutely. What's your day job? Why did you decide to go down that path? I mean, at the moment, a student, but it's gonna be genetic counseling. Went down the path because I love genetics and I love teaching genetics, so perfect. Will you do more sign language videos? Maybe. I'd love to. It didn't really get a ton of views, which is fine, but yeah, maybe in the future. What state are you from? Washington, originally. Choice between being able to perfectly cut shapes or eyeball measurements. Which one? I'm sorry, I have no idea what that means. Do you want to make a career out of this channel, or do you plan to prioritize your medical career? I never planned for this to be like the career plan. It's likely that once I graduate, I won't get a job right away, and I'll wait until after boards. So obviously, like, this will be my income at the time. So yeah, there may be periods where it is my career, but it's not like my plan, my goal, you know. So no, I plan to prioritize my genetic counseling career. Pickles or cucumbers? Pickles. Can you please do more sports-related trivia? Sure. Favorite movie genre? Rom-com. Alcoholic beverage of choice? Margarita. How slim are my chances? Do you mean as a potential partner? Pretty slim, sorry, my man. What vibe do you think you bring to the function? The quiet, shy one that stands there and then adds in a funny quip that makes music artist. At the moment, Borns is my favorite, with the like Swedish O in it. Borns is probably my favorite, but I love, I'm really liking Penelope Road lately. Briston Maroney always. Portugal the Man. Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Some of my favorites. How do you balance your job and your channel in your day-to-day life? Not super well. Thanks for asking. It's a lot. If you could choose again your career, would you choose the same? Yes. Plans for your next trip to Europe. Which country do you wish to visit? I don't have set plans for a trip to Europe, but my next country on my bucket list is Iceland, so hopefully that'll be the next one. What's your favorite song? Right now I'm loving In Your Arms by Penelope Road. Is probably one of my favorites right now. This is one of the questions that will be vastly different in every Q&A because it always changes. But I really like In Your Arms by Penelope Road. Favorite TV show? Friends is always my favorite. What was your favorite subject in school? Science. What are you studying? Genetic counseling. What was your dream job when you were at school? As a kid, I wanted to be a doctor, but ever since college, I've wanted to be a genetic counselor. Where do you want to be in 10 years? 10 years, I'll be 36. I'd like to have kids by then. I'd like to be married, and I'd like to live in a nice house, being a genetic counselor. That's the plan. Favorite MLB and NHL teams? I don't really know. I don't really care, but I guess I vote for Seattle teams because that's where I'm from. So, what is that? The Mariners and Kraken? I don't know. I don't really keep up with either of those sports. Favorite season? Fall. When is your birthday? January 21st. Favorite fact you've learned? The fact I always use as a cop-out is that barnacles are the species with the longest penis to body size ratio of any species. I just think that's great. Okay, we are moving over to YouTube, so the Instagram ones took 20 minutes. Okay, let's see. If you had a theme song that played whenever you walked into a room, what would it be? I'm thinking of a song called Wallflower that I like, and I'm a wallflower. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, some of these aren't actually questions, they're just like congratulations, so that's good. Have you thought of doing ASMR collabs? Yeah, I've done a couple. Definitely want to do some collabs. Just like haven't gotten around to them. I've been wanting to do one with Nick's Ramble ASMR for forever, and guys, I'm so busy with school that it's so hard to plan anything. places you'd like to visit / travel to. Iceland. New Zealand. Copenhagen. Japan. And Scotland. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with those. If you could be fluent in one more language, which one would it be? Definitely German. What's one topic you could go on for hours talking about? Genetics. What made you decide to make ASMR content, and were you embarrassed or shy about it at first? I started making content because I had a lot of spare time on my hands and kind of wanted like a side hustle or just like something to do, and started it, and it kind of took off, and so I kept doing it. But was I shy or embarrassed? Yes, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't, like, people started finding out accidentally, like, not because I told them, and that was how it started, of people finding out, and then I, like, kind of had to tell people because people were finding out, but I did not make the decision to tell anybody at first, and now I'm more comfortable with it just because I have a pretty big following, like, I make a decent amount of money from it, so it's not as embarrassing because people think it's pretty cool and they're like, man, I wish I had that. So, what are your hobbies outside of what we see here? Dancing, gymnastics, baking, running, reading. Yeah, those are my hobbies. Favorite place you've traveled to? Switzerland or Santorini, probably. One message for the world. Be yourself. Do what makes you happy. Don't worry about what other people think because they don't matter. You are the only one that is stuck with you for the rest of your life. So do what makes you happy. If you could have any job ever, no matter what, and pay didn't matter, what would it be? Ooh. Maybe a dancer. I'd love to be a professional dancer. If you could travel to any year or decade in the past, or even in the future, where would you like to go? I don't know. Maybe like the Roaring 20s, I think would be fun. Or like the 80s. I feel like I would have loved the 80s. How did you come up with the "if you say yes, you can go to sleep" series? Was it wild seeing so many ASMRtists use that idea and shouting you out? Yes, it was wild. Oh my gosh, that was so cool. Oh, I don't know how I came up with it. I mean, I've done a lot of like yes or no videos before and this or that videos, and so I just thought it would be fun if I did like, if you say yes, you can go to sleep. So, I don't know, it kind of just came up naturally. But seeing other people do it was so crazy, especially seeing all these people that have way more subscribers than me do it. I'm like, you watch my video, you know who I am, like that's crazy. Yeah, that's what was cool, was other ASMRtists actually knowing who I am is wild. One of my favorite ASMRtist that doesn't rely on fancy equipment. Yeah, I have the lowest tech setup you've ever seen. My question is, what triggers do you like or dislike in ASMR? I said I like whispering. I don't like any sounds that are too harsh, like hard tapping or like crinkly sounds. I don't really like any of that. And I hate like repeating words. I like just talk. Don't tell me hello 47 times. Who inspires you in life? Someone that is your role model. My mom. I think my mom is probably my role model. She's so cool and awesome. Where is your number one ideal location to live, say 3 to 5 years from now? Again, probably like Colorado or Washington State. Who are your favorite ASMRtists? I love Nanu ASMR. Soft ASMR was who kind of inspired me to start my channel. Other than those, I honestly watch like brand new ASMRtists or like videos that have resurfaced from 13 years ago and they're so like low quality but they're amazing. Like that's what I watch more so than ones that have a million subscribers. Like I watch these old videos from 10 plus years ago, or like my first ASMR videos is like my favorite. Do you think you would donate your hair again? Maybe. Didn't have the best experience last time, and I don't know if I want to get that much cut off again, so maybe. Do you have life goals you want to succeed? Have kids? Run a marathon. I want to run a marathon at some point in my life. Visit 30 different countries. Go to Antarctica / every continent. That's what I can think of at the moment. What were your favorite movies growing up? Loved Night at the Museum, The Parent Trap, It Takes Two. Those were like my favorites. I've always loved Blades of Glory. Obviously that's not like a kid's movie, but gosh, I started watching that when I was like 9. That's what happens when you have an older brother. What got you into ASMR? I've always like felt ASMR, and I think it was 15 years ago, probably at least 10 years ago, that I loved watching little bits of like shows and movies where there was someone whispering or something, and I just went on YouTube and I looked up like whispering, and ASMR videos started coming up, and so I watched those and was like, interesting, I didn't know this existed. So that's what got me into it. As far as got me into like making videos, just got inspired by mainly soft ASMR, honestly. And yeah, I just thought, hey, I could maybe do that. That looks fun, and started doing it. Can you name the whole periodic table? No. I can do the first like potassium, calcium. I think that's 20. Did I do it? I don't know. I used to be able to do like 50. Favorite author and favorite book. I am like just now getting into reading, so I feel like I can't say a favorite book. But I guess I'm reading a lot of Sarah J. Maas right now, so I don't think she'd be like my favorite author if I really read a bunch, but that's kind of what I'm reading right now, but I'm like just getting into reading. Favorite type of cake? Ice cream cake. Dream video idea. That's interesting. I mean, I'd like to do like a role play or something, but you kind of just get stuck in a niche with YouTube. Same thing as I would love to make 10-minute ASMR videos, but again, you get stuck in a niche, and I'm definitely stuck in a niche of videos that are over an hour long is what gets the most views for me. So man, it would be so much easier if I could make like 15-minute videos, but that's okay. Thank you. If you could play any instrument, what would it be? Guitar. Guitar. I really want to know how to play guitar. If you were about to die and could only listen to one song, what would it be? I don't know. One song I was recently reminded of that I love is the Girl Put Your Records On, Tell Me Your Favorite Song. And so maybe that get me a little hyped up, you know. I don't want to listen to one of my sad songs before I'm about to die. Have you ever had someone stop you in the street because they recognized you? Still a no. Still a no. I have not had anyone in the street recognize me. I would think that I would have by now, but no. So if you recognize me, say hi. I'll take a picture with you. What is your most memorable experience throughout your whole life? I think my most memorable experience, and I've talked about it before, was in Switzerland in 2018. And we were staying up in the mountains, and there's these like two tall like rock towers. It looks like the Twin Towers, but they're just rocks. And my brother and I thought they looked so cool, and we really wanted to like get up there, but they said like, oh, you can't actually get up there. Like, you can do a hike that takes you near it, like to the base of that hill, but you can't actually get up there. And my brother and I were like, bet. And we did that hike to take us there, and then we trekked up this hill, this like rocky, grassy, mossy hill, to get up to where those rocks were, and it was like the coolest experience ever, being up there with those rocks. Just the tallest rocks you've ever seen. Very cool. If you were given the choice between dying tomorrow or being immortal to the point where even the potential of death, even the potential heat death of the universe won't kill you, what would you choose? I would choose to die tomorrow. I'm sorry, but being immortal sounds way worse. Yeah. No, I would choose to die tomorrow. I do not want to be immortal. would just take a lot of work. That's one thing you don't realize when you watch those is how much time it takes to like set up the camera in every angle and like set up your lighting in every angle that you want to film. Like, I don't know if I'm cut out for that. I don't know if I want to do that. So, I don't know. But I think it'd be fun if people wanted to watch it. I asked this when you hit 50k, but I'd love to hear an updated breakdown of how much money you're making on these videos now, and if it influences whether you want to keep doing it after you graduate. Good question. I think, as far as I know, I still make like $5 for every 1,000 views, I think. Since 50k, like, we have seen an increase. I oftentimes am making over $5,000 a month. I don't know if I should be disclosing this. I don't know. I'm a pretty open book, but making like anywhere between $4,000 and like $7,000 a month. So that's pretty cool. I feel like it has kind of influenced my thoughts on continuing after graduation a little bit. Initially I was kind of like, it'd be easier to just stop. But now, with 100,000 subscribers and making a decent amount of money, it feels like it's a pretty good gig to give up. Like, I probably won't stop anytime soon. But I don't know. Only time will tell. So, yeah, kind of. I feel like it's definitely made me want to continue. Do you have a favorite comfort show or movie? The Parent Trap for movies, Friends for TV shows. Yeah. All-time favorite song and singer. That's hard for me because it changes so much. Like, Borns is probably my favorite singer right now, but it changes all the time. Yeah, I can't really say because it's just always different. What's your go-to coffee order? Usually like a vanilla latte. Yeah, iced vanilla latte. I did go to a new coffee shop like a couple weeks ago, and I got a chocolate chip pancake latte. So good. I'm kind of a sucker for like the specials on the menu, so yeah. Classic is just a vanilla latte, but I love to try new stuff. Do you have any pets? I don't have pets of my own, but my parents have a cat, so Fletcher is my cat, and I love him more than life itself. I do want to get a pet. I want to get a cat when I move into my own apartment, which is probably going to happen in a couple months. Yeah, I do want a cat. And I don't know what I want to name him, but I think I might want to name him Winston, because I think that's funny. And my boyfriend's cat's name is Lenny, so they'd be Winnie and Lenny, and I think that'd be cute. Favorite way to relax or wind down after a stressful day? Crocheting and watching TV always is my favorite way to unwind. And hanging out with my boyfriend. Do you listen to a lot of ASMR? I do. Every night. Favorite ASMRtist? Whatever comes up on my feed. If your video has 7 views, but it comes up on my recommended, I'm watching that. I'm watching it. Is there any other ASMRtist you look up to or are interested in collaborating with someday? I would love to collaborate with Nick's Ramble ASMR. I've been trying to. I'd love to collaborate with, who is it? Laura something. Laura something. she was, I think, the first person who, like, did my "if you say yes, you can go to sleep" video, like, tagged me in it. She has more subscribers than me, but I hadn't heard of her before. But I feel like she's been doing a lot of videos that are, like, very similar to my style. So maybe it'd be cool to do a collab with her. I don't remember her exact name. It's like Laura something. A lot of these questions are the same. Yeah, favorite kind of ASMR. Did you have any dreams as a kid that you'd still like to pursue today? I don't know, I feel like my dreams have changed a lot. I guess the main one that I still want to do is get married and have kids and be successful. Yeah, I don't know. What's something that people often assume about you but isn't actually true? Probably that I'm mean, and I can be mean sometimes, but I have like a really bad RBF if you ever see me in person. So I think people think that I'm like really unapproachable and mean, which is not true. I'm very approachable and I'm very nice if you come talk to me. Yeah. So many people wanted to know what superpower I would choose. When creating your ASMR channel, did you look at other ASMR channels for inspiration? Yeah, that's where soft ASMR comes in. I think mainly just because she had a lot of videos. Her videos are very much that style of like regular videos just in ASMR. Like, she doesn't really do ASMR triggers. She doesn't like repeat stuff or anything. She does like fact videos, what I've been watching recently, day in the life, like just regular videos. And that was kind of what inspired me, and I was like, I could do that. Like, that looks fun, that looks enjoyable. So that kind of got me into it. I feel like we also kind of look alike, so that also was like, yeah, I could do what she's doing. If you were a cereal, what kind of cereal would you be? Frosted mini wheats, because they're practical, they're healthy, but they also taste good. So, favorite kind of ice cream? Cookies and cream. Most embarrassing moment from your dancing days? Ooh, do I have an embarrassing dance moment? Embarrassing dance moment. One of my most embarrassing was probably I was doing a duet with my friend, and our costume had like this ribbon that we tied around our like waists, and it was the longest ribbon you've ever seen. Like, we had to wrap it around our waist like 3 times and then tie it in a bow, and mine came undone while we were on stage dancing, and so my ribbon comes undone and it's like trailing behind me as we're dancing, and I'm trying to like not trip on it, not make my partner trip on it, and I just had to keep dancing like that with this 7-foot long ribbon just trailing off of me. Wasn't like that embarrassing, but just funny and like, haha, that was funny. If you had a narrator for your life, who would you want it to be? Probably David Attenborough. A wild Pamela creeps out of her bed in the morning. Probably Friday. Favorite type of pasta? I don't know if you mean like favorite pasta shape or pasta dish. Favorite pasta shape is cavatappi. It's the best one. Pasta dish, mac and cheese, obviously. Have you ever had sleep paralysis? No, thank God. Do you have tingle immunity? No, I feel like I did way back, like when I started watching ASMR, but now I don't anymore. Do you have a favorite bird species? Penguins, hands down. Love penguins. If you could have dinner with any celebrity, who would it be? This is so niche and funny, but Ree Drummond, the Pioneer Woman. My mom always jokes that, like, if I got cancer and made a wish, it would be to meet Ree Drummond. I don't even know if any of you know who that is, but she has a cooking show on the Food Network, and I don't know, she's just this woman that lives on a ranch in Oklahoma, and I don't know, her show just makes me happy. I love it, so I'd probably go with her. Let's see. Have you ever been to the UK, and where specifically would you like to go? I have never been to the UK. I'd love to go anywhere in the UK, London. I said Scotland earlier in the video. I'm sure I will one day. I'd love to do like a UK Ireland trip or something. Yeah, but I have not. What is your family background, like your heritage? I'm half Swiss, so my dad is fully 100% Swiss all the way back, and my mom has some German, some American Indian. She's like American, so half Swiss with some Cherokee and Creek Indian in me, and some German. What type of dance do you do? I've done all types. Jazz, tap, ballet, acro, lyrical, contemporary, hip-hop, all of that. Favorite is probably acro or contemporary. What's one piece of advice you wish you could give your younger self? Don't worry about what other people think of you, and the people that are bullying you in middle school do not matter. Like, forget them. Whatever happens in middle school and high school, like, it feels like such a big deal to you right now, but it's gonna be the smallest deal in the world when you're an adult, so don't take it too seriously. City life or country life? Country life, 100%. What inspired you to name your cat Fletcher? He was actually already named that, so we found him at the pet store, loved him so much, and his name was Fletcher, and we thought that was adorable, and yeah, that was that. What advice would you give to someone with similar channel goals? Any tips and tricks? Be yourself. Do what makes you happy. Make content that you enjoy making. Like, who cares if you get 100,000 subscribers if you don't like the content that you're making? Yeah, like, stick to what you do. I think if I had like a tip, maybe doing something unique, like that you haven't seen a lot of people do. I think that's kind of how a lot of people like blow up. So, is like doing so I think that was why my channel kind of took off, was because I was doing trivia videos, which not a lot of people were doing. And so, you know, if you're making like tapping videos, yeah, you can do that. That's great. Like people love tapping videos, but there are also thousands of ASMRtists making tapping videos. So what's gonna make people like come to your channel specifically? So I think that's why it can be helpful to do something really unique, which, like, obviously not everyone is gonna like it, but the people that do are gonna come to you for it. The people that want to watch trivia are gonna come to me for it because I do it, you know, and not everyone does. So that would be my tip, is like, do something unique. What is my favorite sport? Gymnastics. Do you like NFL football? If so, what's your favorite team? I like football. Favorite team is the Seahawks. We just won the Super Bowl. That's awesome. If you could pick 3 words to describe yourself to a new viewer, what would they be? I am quiet, dedicated, and creative. Have you seen Bridgerton? I have, but I have not watched the new season. I need to. Favorite memory? I mean, the one I mentioned earlier with my brother in Switzerland was definitely a favorite. Sorry, the sun keeps like going behind a cloud, out of a cloud, behind a cloud, out of a cloud. Favorite memory. Maybe finding out that I got into the genetic counseling school that I wanted. I don't know if I've talked about it, that genetic counseling school uses a match process. So like, you apply to schools, you interview, and then the schools rank you, and you rank the schools, and then you just get an email on a Wednesday morning finding out where you're going, if you got in. So it's terrifying, and I found out that I got into my top choice, and that was like the best news ever. Okay, a lot of, if you were a perfume, what perfume would you be? My favorite perfume right now is Kate Spade Sherry. I love it. My roommate got it for me for my birthday. What is your ideal day? My boyfriend actually asked me this, and I said my ideal day was that a private yacht picks me up and I get to crochet and watch TV on said yacht while it takes me to a tropical island where I can get off, have some rum punch, some Mai Tais, lay on the beach, swim, hop back on the yacht, crochet, and watch movies on my way back is my ideal day. Because I get to lay in the sun, have some cocktails, crochet, watch TV, be on a boat. Yes. Okay. What is a perfect breakfast in your eyes? French toast sticks. French toast sticks with bacon and fruit. Yeah. That was what I ate every morning of college. It's a miracle I didn't gain 100 pounds. What are your biggest red and green flags? Like, about me? Red flags, I feel like I working on. Like, I don't want to be like that, but I'm kind of rigid in that way and don't take criticism super well. Green flags. I'm very, like, loyal and dedicated. So, yeah. And I don't care what other people think of me. Have you ever met a celebrity? I don't really think so. Not really. Would you rather, would you rather be able to eat any food, but you have to eat a tiny spider before every meal, or only eat one type of meal for the rest of your life? That's tough. If the spider's not poisonous and it's not gonna hurt me, probably eat the spider and then eat whatever I want. Yeah, I'm not that, like, scared of spiders, especially if it's not gonna hurt me. Biggest fear: being kidnapped or being forgotten. How would you feel about simply doing sound assortment videos? I mean, like, I would like it. I do it on my Patreon a lot. I think it would be fun, but they just, like, don't get views if I do something different from my regular content on my channel, which is fine, but yeah, so I probably won't just because they won't really get views, but I do like doing them. 3 things you'd bring with you if you were stranded on a deserted island. Water, yarn, and a crochet hook. Do you have any social issues you're passionate about? Definitely. I mean, women's rights. I'm very pro-choice. Pro your body, your choice. Pro acceptance of everyone, no matter their race, sexual orientation, anything. We are all human. We're all born human. We're all born the same way. We can't choose how or where we are born. Yeah, that's probably my main ones. Least favorite and favorite ASMR videos to film. I've said that I like filming, like, intuition videos, personal questions. I get really bored filming, like, fact and trivia videos, but I still do them. Do you ever get bored filming videos or coming up with ideas for videos? Yes. A lot. On your profile picture, we see a sunflower. Is that your favorite flower? Probably, yeah. I think so. Did you ever have an alternative degree or academic study in mind if you were unable to pursue genetic counseling? I was definitely still gonna stay in the sciences and in, like, kind of the medical field. But yeah, probably something else in the sciences. Who's an ASMRtist you consider underrated? The main one that comes to mind is Zoe ASMR. I've been watching a lot recently. She makes very short videos, so I don't know. I do like longer videos, but I just think she's good, and she makes videos really frequently. So that's kind of who I think of right now. I think she has maybe 10k subscribers. What's your favorite type of bread? Sourdough, I think. Best advice you've ever been given? lives, like, that you can't change the past. Like, you know, live in the here and now. There's no point in, like, thinking about the past. If you had to pick one genre of music to listen to for the rest of your life, what would it be? Like indie rock, I guess. I don't know. Favorite food? Ice cream, nachos, salmon. Favorite type of candy? Probably Reese's. Can I go to sleep? Yes. Yes, you may. Please go to sleep. Do you have any paranormal experiences? Not really. I don't think so. When was your first time experiencing ASMR in real life? I feel like it was as a kid on the bus in like 3rd grade, and my friend and I would always like tickle each other's backs, like kind of doing the, you know how you like draw on your friends' backs, like X marks the spot. And that's my first experience of getting like tingles, was with her. We still talk about that to this day, of like the fact that we used to do that on the bus. Do you own any jelly cats? I do not. Has gaining a larger following impacted you in any way? No. No. I mean, I make a little more money, but I wouldn't say it really impacts me that much in any other way. I don't think. What's the biggest lesson 2025 taught you? Probably just to live for me. Like, I can't rely on anybody else to do anything that I want them to do, or like rely on anybody else to be the thing that makes me happy. Like, I've got to make my own happiness and be happy with myself, and do the things that make me happy is the biggest lesson I learned. And like, just because you know, aren't in a relationship or something like that shouldn't be making you unhappy. Like, make your own happiness, you know? Okay, I think that's a good question to stop on. Thank you guys so much for all of the questions that you gave me, and just for always being there for me, watching all my videos, subscribing. It makes me so happy, and like I said before, I just can't believe that we got to this point. So yeah, I am filming this probably a little bit before I'm actually gonna post it, so I'm sorry if you left a question after I filmed this. I answered all of the questions that I saw, but if you left one afterward, sorry that I did not get to it. But yeah, thank you guys for all of your questions. You can let me know if you have any other ones. I'm sure I'll do a Q&A again in the future. I usually do them like a couple times a year, so happy to do some more questions. And if you leave me ones on my videos, I usually answer them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for 100k. I'm going to do my voice reveal now, which is scary. So if you want to stick with the ASMR, you can leave now. But I don't know. I've done soft spoken before, so I have like a soft spoken video, but I'm gonna break into my normal voice, and it's gonna be really weird. Okay. Hello. I'm happy to have you here. I feel like I sound weird. I guess this is my normal voice. Hi guys. This feels so weird. I don't think I've ever sat in front of the camera and talked in my normal voice. So
Is it what you were expecting? I don't know. I never think about the fact that, like, you guys don't know what I actually sound like. You don't know how tall I am. You don't know what my legs look like. Like, you're just always staring at my face. So, this is me. I feel like I sound kind of sick or something. I don't know. But this is my voice. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for 100K. And I will see you in my next video. So, sleep well, everybody. And good night, good night, good night.